competition known as the Ashes, probably one of the most famous cricket rivalries in the world. And they had to win. Now, it wasn't very good because the first innings, England were bowled out for 67, which is not good, as you can imagine. They were bowled out for 67 in their first innings, and social media went into meltdown. England are rubbish was probably the kindest comment that I saw on the social media. In short, every social commentator around was out to get them. It was very, very bad in the office for them. You could honestly feel the team were going to be dragged out and dragged out to the Tower of London in the UK and then shot at dawn as traitors. It was as bad as that. And hopefully in your career or when you're studying, that you will never have a bad as day as that, or go as low as the English cricket team that day. But you will have bad days. There's no question. It does happen. Perhaps you will be blamed for something rightly or wrongly in your work when it's nothing to do with you. Your boss shouts at you. Perhaps there is an IT issue where you're doing your work and the power goes off and you lose everything and you've got a meeting in 5 minutes. Not good. Not good. These things happen. Perhaps personally you have a client who pulls out of a deal and it's blamed on you, even though it's nothing really to do with you. It's the client, but your boss blames you for it. It doesn't sound good, does it? And as I say, personally, you may have issues at home with, if you're married, your partner, or you may have health issues, you may have a bereavement. Not great days, not great days indeed. As I say, these are all bad days. And rather saying, why me? Why is it happening to me now? I think everybody, I've come to the conclusion, you've got to say, well, why not? Because these things do happen. These things do happen. And try and be positive and resolve the issue. It could mean a difficult message to one of your colleagues, including perhaps the nuclear option of redundancy, or discussing poor performance. You will have to do that sometime. It's not a nice day, but if you let it fester, it just gets worse. But you've got to do it. Start preparing for that. We know all this is very difficult, but please, my tip to you is don't shy away from that. After a truly bad day at the office on Friday for the England cricket team, it was interesting to note that the English team regrouped. They put Friday behind them, and the next day was a different day. They had a different outlook, and on Sunday, unbelievably, they defeated Australia on Sunday afternoon. That takes quite a lot of courage and great leadership from where they were on a Friday to regroup and then deliver the results on the next day or a couple of days later. That's the kind of leadership that you should be striving for. To put that bad Friday behind you and start again, because you're good enough. The English team weren't rubbish on Friday, suddenly the worst team in the world. It just was a bad day. And when you get into your office or you're into your next line of work, you suddenly don't, for one day, it's not going to be a bad day. No, you're not going to become the worst performer in one day. That's not going to happen. And you should look at that when you are having one of your bad days. And I also think you should celebrate the good days. I really do recommend that you do this. when something goes right, go out of your way to thank a colleague. They will really appreciate it. If somebody, when my boss comes up to me and says, "Paul, that was great, I think that was a really good speech," or "that was a great outcome today," you feel good, you feel valued. Do that, do that. Do that in college. Speak to your lecturers, say, "Sir, madam, that was a really good class today." They will really feel that was good. They will feel good about it. They'll know they're on the right track. They'll feel appreciated. Same with your colleagues. If you're working with them in a project or whatever, and they did some good work, tell them that was good, thanks very much. They will appreciate that. Perhaps take them out for lunch. Why not? Why not? Or if you can't afford lunch, bake them a cake. That happens in our office quite often. Somebody brings in some biscuits or a cake to celebrate something that happened in the work. Or go out for a drink. Alcohol is optional. I'll park that one there. But I think it's very interesting that staff from Virgin Airways, you probably know the company Virgin Airways, well, they don't pay as much as their colleagues, their different colleagues, rivals I should say, people like British Airways, Emirates, Etihad. They don't pay as much, but they give them much better bonuses. So when they do well, they give them extraordinary bonuses, such as flights to the Caribbean, holidays to the Caribbean. So there's a great incentive to do some work. Try and think of things like that in college or in your next line of work. Fourthly, upskill yourself. Well, I'll tell you a weakness of mine. As I mentioned, I started work in 1990 in the Foreign Office, and we didn't have computers in those days. Well, certainly we didn't have like they are today. And everything was done by a thing called a pen or paper. I think you remember those things, don't you? Pen and paper. Well, we used them all the time. And so when things came in with the computer age, this was completely different. And when the social media skill sets started coming in, that is a huge weakness of mine. I'm hopeless at Twitter, absolutely hopeless. Well, I was. Instagram, Snapchat, etc. I was hopeless at that. And I accept it, but I do accept that it's a requirement in my job today. And so I took it upon myself to upskill myself in social media. My office provides a 2-day course to help you with social media, and I used it. I went along, and now I'm on the same par with my colleagues. I still hate it, but I am able to use it. And I think the point is that you should always look to upskill yourself in the area that you are working in. I'm going to plug now our flagship scholarship program. It's called Chiefing. I don't know if you've ever heard of Chiefing. Anybody heard of Chiefing? No? Right, okay. Not as flagship as I thought it was going to be. The Chiefing is a master's scholarship, and it offers an all-exclusive scholarship to the United Kingdom. At any university that you wish to study at, and at any course that you want to study. So it's not restricted. You can choose anything you want and any university that you want to go to. And the only thing to qualify is that you must be in possession of an undergraduate degree and IELTS of a minimum of 6.5. Some are a bit more if you're doing like a science degree, but generally it's 6.5, and at least 2 years work of work experience. But apart from that, you can apply, and it is a fantastic opportunity to study in the UK. So if you are in that position today, I do recommend that you go for it. And as I always say, if you don't buy a ticket, you'll never win the lottery. So please consider this scholarship if you wish to upskill yourself in this way. I also have another thing that I would like to plug. We have a special competition. Now, I talked about gender equality earlier on, but this is just for the ladies. It is a competition to see if you could win, you could become the British High Commissioner in Delhi for the day. So it's a big competition, and the person who comes second becomes the Deputy High Commissioner in Chennai. And this is for ladies. Ladies only. We'll leave this, we'll put them up on the wall earlier on. I think did we email in earlier? I think we did. So it'll be sent around in your email account. But we have a challenge for you, ladies. We want you to record on your phones or whatever why you think that gender equality is important and who is your biggest inspiration on the issue. So just do a couple of minutes maximum on who you think that is the case. The only criteria is that you have to be between 18 and 23, and if you do win, the deadline is the 10th of September, so you have a little time left. If you do that, you will be flown up to Delhi, stay overnight at a hotel top of the Range Rover, I believe. You will get bodyguards. You'll possibly meet somebody important. I'm not going to say who because I don't know what you'll do that day. You will possibly address the staff. You'll be able to scold them. You'll probably have a lunch, a dinner, and you will be the British High Commissioner for the day. How cool is that? Yeah. So, ladies, please do that.